Today, we're going to dive into why you might not want sex anymore. And trust me, it's not what you think. My name's Hannah Deindorfer, also known as the Libido Fairy. I'm a sex and intimacy coach who has worked with over 1,500 women struggling with low libido, helping them to start craving sex again in their relationships. So first, let's debunk a common myth: the idea that sexual desire should always be spontaneous. Many of us have been conditioned to believe that we should always feel an instant, natural urge for sex, but that's not the case for everyone. There are actually two main types of sexual desire: spontaneous and responsive. Spontaneous desire is exactly like what it sounds like. It seems to happen out of nowhere, but it's actually the brain saying, "I want to do it," and then the body responding with arousal. Responsive desire requires the body to have some kind of positive, arousing, or pleasurable stimulation or context or emotion to get going, and then the brain says afterwards, "I want to do it." Think of responsive desire like an oven that needs a little warming up versus a microwave that's instantly ready to go. And it's completely normal to have both. In fact, over 85% of women have a more responsive desire type than a spontaneous desire type. So you might think you don't want sex anymore, but the truth is that you do have desire. It's just not spontaneous. If that's the case, what you need to do is create more contextual inputs that can stimulate your arousal, like slow sensual touching or cleaning up your environment or building emotional intimacy with your partner, or just being more patient with yourself. Now, let's talk about the anxiety and the guilt that so many women feel when they can't orgasm or turn on fast enough and feel that instant spontaneous desire for their partner. Feeling like you have to meet certain expectations in the bedroom is obviously going to make you feel less sexy and make you less likely to want to get down. You absolutely have to let go of this if you want to have more pleasure around intimacy. The best way to let that go is just talk to your partner about it. Communicate openly with your partner about what you feel, about how long it takes you, and set realistic expectations. Sex is not a race. It's about connection and pleasure, not performance. Honest communication can alleviate that pressure and make sex feel more enjoyable and fulfilling for both of you. Next, we're going to address the body image and relationship dynamics components that can play into why you don't want sex. But first, if you've been liking the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more tips on intimacy and relationships. Okay, let's talk about you and your body. You might be experiencing a lack of desire because your body has changed and you don't know what you like or what feels good to you anymore. And you're probably not taking the time to figure it out or explore your own pleasure. Sometimes a decrease in desire is a sign. It's an invitation that you need to reconnect with your own body and what feels good to you. Take time to explore your own sexuality through self-pleasure and discover what truly turns you on. I also have a little quiz that you can use to discover what turns you on. I've linked it in the description box below. When you understand your own desires and preferences, it becomes easier to share them with your partner and enhance your sexual experiences together. Self-exploration can also lead to greater sexual confidence, higher self-esteem, and a stronger sense of what brings you pleasure. Another factor that often affects libido is the dynamic of your relationship. Shocking, I know. Emotional connection, safety, appreciation, and affection, and romance plays a huge role in sexual desire. But this needs to be mentioned specifically because this can play out in two different ways. One, you might be feeling emotionally disconnected from your partner, and so naturally your desire for sex will decrease. This disconnection could be caused by distress that's based on real or perceived experiences. For example, you might feel disconnected because you're literally not spending as much time together, or you might feel disconnected because you have a story that your partner doesn't care about you, which might not actually be true. Both of those can impact your desire for sex. But the inverse of that distance might also be true. You could be feeling too much emotional closeness and too much safety with your partner, which makes things feel a little boring or bland, like you're just wearing comfortable pajamas. In that case, you might need some distance or some space or trying something novel or new to spark that little hint of danger or uncertainty in your relationship. If you're someone that felt a big burst of desire at the beginning and you don't feel it anymore, ask yourself, what were we doing at the beginning that we don't do now? Make time to reconnect emotionally, plan date nights, get off the couch, stop scrolling in bed, have more meaningful conversations, and express your appreciation for each other. Building a strong emotional bond and prioritizing what you need to feel can reignite sexual desire. If you want to know how exactly to build that emotional bond, I've got a video all about emotional intimacy that you should definitely watch next. Okay, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.